So this video, I want to talk a little bit about prayer and meditation. I want to give a little bit more insight on prayer itself, because I feel like a lot of people get stuck in the whole prayer and meditation thing or prayer and manifestation thing. But I want to kind of just speak on how all that it correlates together. It's not separate. And just give you guys some more insight in what I've observed and what I've learned and what I've came across. So just as a disclaimer, if none of this stuff resonates with you, that's perfectly fine. Find somewhere where it resonates. But this is my truth, this is my studies, and I know you'll learn some shit. So just stay tuned, right? So let's get into it, because I'm kind of fresh, you know what I'm saying? A little razzle dazzle. And I'm not really going nowhere. I'm just fresh. So you know how to do, how I do that, how that goes. So let's get started. So you all know I always got my handy dandy notebook. It's right here, right here. So I would definitely be going over my notes. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it first. Let's talk about the difference between prayer and meditation, right? So I'm gonna keep this real simple, real simple. Let's do it real simple for you. Prayer, all prayer is, listen up, folks, listen up back there. Prayer, all prayer is you putting in a request, a demand, or a desire, something that you want. That's prayer, okay? Meditation is you are allowing that prayer, desire, or request to come into fruition. You're allowing the solutions and the answers to come to you. So there's none of them that's greater or better. They're both the same. I want you guys to start looking at prayer and meditation like siblings. Prayer is the brother, and meditation, right, is the sister. I want you to combine these two, right? So this is what I want you to do. I want you to do this practical exercise. This is going to help you get a lot of results and a lot of things that you want in life, and be able to start to recognize what you call, whatever you worship or whatever you into. You can start recognizing the answers, or you can start recognizing when this particular whatever you're into is talking to you, right? So get in meditation. This is the first step. Get in meditation, right? First step is get in meditation. Second step is send out the request, the desire, right? The demand, whatever your desire is, whatever you want, that's the prayer. Put it out there in the meditation. Before you start to meditate, think about what you want. Get in detail. Get in detail. Listen to what I'm saying. Details is so key. Get in detail. Think about what you want. Put it out the request. Boom. Start your deep breathing exercises. Start getting into deep breathing. So the next step, right, is allowing. The next step is allowing. So the first step is meditation. The second step is putting your prayer request. And the third step is allowing. This is where you get into deep meditation. You start to get into deep breathing, and you allow the solutions to come to you. You allow the answers to come to you. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of people, what they do is they put in a request, they make a prayer, and they think it's not working. So they say, fuck it, this shit can't be real. You know, motherfuckers not hearing my request. What's going on? I've been praying about this all goddamn day, all my life, and it's just like I never get my answers. It's because you don't know how to receive your answers. You don't know how to decode your answers. Spirit is very symbolic. You got to know how to decode some shit. But if you're not a great decoder, the easiest thing you can do is get into meditation. Get into meditation and allow the answers to come to you. You're gonna have a solution. I'm telling you, this shit works. A solution is going to come to you. You're going to get a thought that it correlates to whatever that desire is, wherever that problem is, that request that you have. Something's going to come to you and tell you what it is that you need to do, or what it is that you need to know. Now, let's say it's something that you want to do, something you want to obtain, something that requires a little sweat, right? But you know you got to be practical. So once you get that desire, once you get the solution in your mind, once you get the solution that comes from your spirit, the next step, which is the fourth step, is action orientation. You have to apply something. You have to be in your fire element. You have to do it. Once it comes, do it. That's your 4 steps. That's the 4 steps, right? Just to recap, get in meditation, make the prayer, allow the solution to come to you through prayer, 10, 15 minutes. You ain't got to be praying. You ain't got to be meditating all goddamn day. If you know what you're doing, you'll get the answers real quick. That's that. Even when I'm saying, even me saying that is practice in itself. So I'm not saying to be, this is practice doing this, but I'm telling you, this is how you connect to the divine. This is how you connect to the spirit. And the 4th step is apply. Apply, apply, apply. Don't forget that. Okay, boom. Let's go to the second part. It's getting interesting, right? Let's go to the second part. This is what I want to harp on. I want to harp on details. Please be detailed in everything that you do. You have to be detailed in what your desires are. Shout out to my motherfucking... If you watching this, shout out to you. And you know who you is, because we was talking about details just a while ago. Details are so important. It's so important. You have to have details in everything that you do. So that's another thing I realized that people do. They'll be like, I pray for strength. Can you just give me more strength? I pray for strength. I pray for strength. That's too vague. That's too goddamn vague. Strength is too vague. You can have physical strength. You can have emotional strength. You can have mental strength, right? Or you have spiritual strength. What type of strength are you talking about? That's too vague. You need to be more detailed than that. So example of that would look like, hold on, let me back that up. Let me back that ass up. Hold up. Back that ass up. Understand this, that when you're praying for something, you're asking for resistance. That's what you're doing. That's essentially what you're doing. When you pray, you're praying for resistance. So now let me go forward. Let me go forward, right? Let me go forward. So let me give you 2 examples of what this look like. Say you pray for emotional strength, right? You want to become more emotionally strong. You want to become more emotionally available, more emotionally stable. Stop reacting emotionally to stop having emotional impulses. You want to have more emotional intelligence. You want to be strong. You want to strengthen that category or that area of your life, right? Once you put in that request, guess what? Resistance is going to happen. Resistance is going to come into your life that's going to challenge you to start putting that into practice. When you're praying for something, you're setting up a series of events or circumstances, right? Or coincidences that's going to come in your life that's going to challenge you what it is that you want. Resistance. Meaning you have to be practical in everything that you do. It's just not about just saying something and think you're not putting no work in it. Most people look at work as something physical. No, we're talking about alchemy. There's mental alchemy, emotional alchemy, physical alchemy, and spiritual alchemy, if you want to separate it. So when you say you want something that's emotionally, like you want to be more emotionally strong, let's say you're looking for strength to be more, to fortify your emotions, let's just say. That takes putting in work. That's being practical about something. That means you have to put some action to something, some fire into that ass. So what happens is, and let me give you an example, prime example. You're going to have someone, let's just do it like this. I got someone who I know who, let's just say, emotionally unstable, right? I'm working on developing my emotional maturity and strengthening or fortifying my emotional, my emotional behavior, let's just say. If someone reacts to you in an unstable way and they have an emotional impulse or something like that, don't react the same way they react. You are supposed to reassess the way that you respond to it in a more healthier way or in a way that is not emotional. This is practice. So like you'll have somebody who texts you something and it just pisses you off and inside you feel all your emotions like, man, fuck this motherfucker. I'm not about to text back. She got me fucked up. You need to text back. Text back, but respond in a different way. Reassess how you want to respond. Don't respond in impulse. Respond differently. This is you working on your emotions. This shit is supposed to be uncomfortable. If you're not doing nothing that's uncomfortable, then you're not growing. I'm sorry, you're not growing. You gotta put some in other words, Look for resistance in everything that you do in life. That's where all the growth is. If you don't have no form of resistance or you are very comfortable, then how the fuck are you growing? Last time I checked, growth is on the outside of the comfort zone, not on the inside. So you have to find resistance or being uncomfortable in every situation in your life. We're speaking about emotions. So if you want to fortify your emotions, you have to be aware that resistance is going to come with that. Spirit is going to line you up with something that's going to test you so you can start to work on your emotions. That's how change occurs. You got to apply the two. We're in a physical dimension. So you got to do something that's physical, something that's practical. Like I said, it's not always about the hands. It's a lot of mental things that need to take place. Right? So that's one example. Second example is, say for instance, you want to become physically strong. Right? You just can't, you can say, oh, I want to have a body like Bruce Lee. Right? Perfect goal. Beautiful. I love it. But just saying the shit, just daydreaming about it, just hoping it comes into fruition, it would never happen. You got to apply some fire to that. You got to go your ass to the gym or find some type of workout plan that can give you those results. But you have to be practical with it. You have to put some fire into it. You have to literally take something that literally have to get your hands dirty. You just can't think all day. This is something that Pisceans do. A lot of people who are Pisces do this. They be all in their head all day, daydreaming and fantasizing, and they got the dopest ideas, but none of it never manifests because they're always in their head all day, right? The opposite end of Pisces is Virgo. Virgo is an earth element. Virgos are very practical. Utilize both of the energies. They're tied together. Utilize both of the energies and manifest your reality. Pisces are the most imaginative signs, or is the most imaginative sign as far as like the way they think so much in imagination than any other sign. So y'all can really manifest some dope ass shit, but y'all stuck in daydream world. You ain't getting nowhere with that. So if you want to say, for instance, develop some type of body or whatever the case, find something that, it might be an ideal picture of Bruce Lee or whatever, but you have to apply action. People are missing action in everything that they're doing. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you can manifest, pray, desire, request, you're trying to get rid of something, some type of illness, some type of disease, some type of behavior, some type of person, place, whatever. You'll just speak something to existence and miraculously it happens. And that happens sometimes, some type of divine intervention. So that does happen where you can say something, pray something, ask for something, and it happens without you doing no work at all. It does happen. But it don't happen all the time. You know what I'm saying? Be realistic too. Find a balance in everything. Always find a balance in everything. So let's wrap this up. So understand that when you're praying for something, you're asking for resistance. That's what you're really doing. You're not just going to be sitting around waiting for some shit to come from the skies. It don't even happen like that. What are you talking about? Like, it don't work like that. So this is what we got to do, because I'm about to end this off because, like I said, I'm fresh today and I want to continue being fresh for the rest of the night. I think I covered pretty much everything. So I'm going to leave you guys with this, right? Knowledge is not power. Somebody fucking lied to you. True power is knowledge when applied. And on that note, I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.